What is up, everyone? GoJA51 back with another unboxing. If you saw the end of the last video, then you know what this is. If not, let's open. We have the Deluxe Star Ace Kong from Kong Skull Island. Now, this is the second version, and the box looks incredible, just like the other box. Has the same background, not background, the same back to it, but yeah, it's open. First off, here's the base. Got a sunken ship, or a wreck ship in the background. Got nice little foot pads for Kong to stand on. Kong Skull Island, more in like a gold. Looking awesome. Love it. Now, I'm not going to lie, I do like the other stand better because I like the river running through it. I like how it looked like Kong was standing across both pieces of land and the river running through his legs. But this one's awesome. I like it. The under part of it. Kong Skull Island limited edition from the Monsterverse. Awesome. Okay. Now, the King of Skull Island. We have Kong. One solid piece. Loving the chain that goes around him. One solid piece, no air drying needed for this beauty. Here he is standing on his base. Perfectly goes on. Awesome. Right off the bat, I love it. Okay. It's just like the other release for Kong. However, a lot of people, they really wanted Kong to have like a more roaring face, and that's exactly what this is. And as far as the body looks, a lot of other people were worried this Kong was actually just going to be a resculpt of the original Kong that came out, and they were just going to put a roaring head and move his arms up. But no, this actually, has an arched back, his shoulders are arched up. This is an all new sculpt. Looks awesome. The hair, the detail, the claw marks on the chest, the roaring face. That's the selling part, is the roaring face. And once again, I went deluxe and I got the stand for him to stand on. And with the deluxe, he comes with the boat propeller with a chain wrapped around it, which is actual metal or steel, whatever you want to call it, for the chain that wraps around. Has a great length to it as well. That actually goes into the propeller as well. It's a great length. And it wraps around his wrist, like so you can use it to punch at Ramarak. Thank you very much, Phil the Kaiju King. I had no idea what that monster's name was for the longest time. I just called it the Big Skull Crawler, or the Big One. Because of his videos, and because of Mark Sang-Yang making the sculpts for him, I know it's called Ramarak. I guess I could have just looked it up myself, but Phil the Kaiju King, everyone. So, would I recommend this figure? So, let's look at all of what this Kong has to offer, starting off with the head, like I do with all the other figures. Right off the bat, he's very different from his original counterpart. He has a big, wide, roaring face. You can see inside the mouth and see each individually sculpted tooth, the roof of his mouth, awesome red tongue. Looks amazing, looking upward, kind of like he's fighting something like that, Remorak, and I would love to, get that figure. Hopefully we get that soon. I would love to see that. I love the paint detail. The brown of the fur has a little bit of a reddish tint in with it. Just looks awesome. Awesome. All right, moving on to the chest and the arms. And a big roar that he's standing at. Oh, he has some posability. Yeah, he has some articulation. The feet move a little bit. They move side to side. Nice. Anyway, big open roar, or like he's, standing in defiance of another enemy monster, while the right hand is holding the boat propeller that he used to slash up Remorak. The left arm is open, like he's trying to grab at something or trying to balance himself. Loving it. Looking at the chest, once again, looking at it, you see that the slashes in his chest are more fresh looking than the other Kong, where those look like they're healed. This one looks like it's more fresh slashes, so he's still healing. The dark gray chest where he has the brown hair and with a little red tint to it, looking awesome. And then moving on to the legs, the abdomen. They start to thin out, looking like a bodybuilder, the way how they set up Kong in that film. And this figure looks awesome. And then you move over to his tuchus. Yes, the tuchus. It's sculpted on there well, and yeah, it's a tuchus, all right. You move on to the nice thin yet muscular legs. Looks awesome. Love it. And once again, looking at the feet, those ape feet, and they are posable. You can move them around both sides. Looks awesome. Ooh, don't move around too much because I might actually break it off. The way how I'm moving. Yeah, I'm gonna stop that. And final thoughts. Over the original, or what is the original one better? Because the original one had a more statuesque look to him, and it was an awesome figure. It's still awesome to this day, and it's great. It's very photogenic as well. This one, let's see what they look like compared to each other. And here they are together. Both excellent figures. Both look amazing. The Kong second version is much taller than the original Kong. Actually, it looks like an older version of him. The way how the paint is, the way how the hair looks, you can almost think that this is like an older version of Kong. Perhaps the one we're going to get in Godzilla vs. Kong. But these figures together, they look awesome. The scratch on the chest is more redder and more pronounced. Maybe this is like because it's fresh from the battle fighting with Remorak. And the way how those two would fight, and just all the damage that Remorak did do to Kong. And just more pronounced, but they both look awesome. Where the Kong, the original one, looks like he's actually started healing, but then again, I think this is supposed to be from an earlier scene movie, but still looks awesome. The bases, once again, I do like the base from the first Kong better because I like the river running through the legs, which, by the way, let's see. Okay. This Kong can kind of stand on the original. The original Kong can stand on the newsstand, but his legs aren't as far apart, so it's kind of tricky to have him on there. If you want to take a picture of him standing on it, you gotta play around with it, but you can eventually get it. Let's see what this new Kong looks like on this. He is much more at a wider stance, so he can't really stand on this. Unfortunately, I was hoping to put them on it together. Both awesome figures. If you don't have either one of them, would I recommend both of them? Yes, I would, but this one is amazing. And if the pictures tell a correct story, then we're going to get a Remorak to wrap around this Kong as well. That would be... So, this is Kong, the second version, from the film Kong Skull Island. An excellent film. It used to be my favorite film in the MonsterVerse. I mean, there was only 2 films at the time, but Kong Skull Island, in my opinion, blew Godzilla 2014 out of the water. Which, of course, when Godzilla King of the Monsters came out, the story changed. But this Kong is my favorite Kong. Now, maybe the film, the 76 film, is maybe my favorite. I don't know. I need to sit down and watch all of them again. But I really do enjoy the 76 film. But I would have to say, this is my favorite King Kong movie as of right now. Then again, I want to watch them all again. You gotta go back and watch the 30s, you gotta watch the 70s, you gotta watch the 60s, you gotta watch, the Peter Jackson 2000 version, and then watch this one together to get a real definitive what my favorite Kong film is. But as of right now, Kong Skull Island is my favorite King Kong film. And I really wish we could call him King Kong in the films as well. We could in the Peter Jackson version, but for some reason, RKO or Universal or whoever, has the rights to Kong, they really don't want us calling him King Kong anymore. He's just Kong now. I really think Godzilla versus King Kong would actually be a lot better than Godzilla versus Kong. It works, but I'd rather it be called Godzilla versus King Kong. That'd be so much more, especially since they kind of hinted at it in the film, like Kong, he's king around here. Wouldn't that be something? If we could actually call him King Kong. If they call him King Kong in the film, the King of Skull Island, it's King Kong, about to fight the King of the Monsters, Godzilla. Wouldn't that be something? But we just have to wait and see what happens. I cannot wait for that film. But as far as Kong Skull Island, that is an excellent film that still holds up to this day. I remember seeing it, in theaters, not really expecting too much out of it. I didn't know exactly, what was going to happen with that film, but I remember being pleasantly surprised. I remember loving it. You can watch the review I did for the film when I first saw it in theaters. And for this Kong to come out, the other Kong to come out, it's just amazing. I can't wait to see what Star Ace does forward with Kong. If X Plus is actually going to be able to do a Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong, which would be amazing. Because that one teeny tiny picture they showed us, yeah, he's grown. He's grown a lot, which, kind of annoys me that he's grown that much, because why did he grow that much? Because in the film, they show his parents, and you get the idea, parents have got to the adult age, which means they stopped growing, and they weren't much bigger than what Kong was in the film. Is there something different about Kong? Why is he growing so much bigger than his parents did? That's the one teeny tiny thing that always bugged me about it. Man, I think it's explained in a comic book or something that I haven't read or seen or anything like that. But it's not a problem that Kong grows that big, because to have Kong at that size was 115 feet tall or something to fight a almost 400-foot Godzilla. Yeah, no, that would have been really dumb. So I'm glad that Kong grew up a lot more for that film. But in the film Skull Island, Kong is awesome. I love the way he fights. I love the way how he thinks while fights. I love his ingenuity, using weapons around, the tree, using the boat propeller. That was really cool. That was something I wasn't really expecting. The way how he would throw it and then he would bring it back to him. He used it as a pair of brass knuckles, just slashed up against Ramarak, sliced him open. Just awesome stuff. As far as the figure is concerned, it is amazing. If you have a chance to get this, I highly recommend it. It looks awesome. Kong is in that awesome pose, the awesome roaring face. Awesome. The only thing that I have changed about it, No, I'd leave this puppy alone. I think this thing is amazing. And to see it with a future Ramarak and put this up against other figures, it's going to be awesome. Well, that is the show. Hope you all enjoyed this. I love this figure. I bought this from Flossie's Gifts. They went up for pre-order, I think last year. And I saw it immediately, and I immediately pre-ordered it with Flossie's before I saw it. I think it actually went for pre-order before it went on like Hobby Search. You know, I could be wrong. Maybe I was looking in the wrong spot. But yeah, the first chance I got, I immediately put in pre-order. Now, we had to wait a bit, which is not, his fault or Flossie's Gifts' fault at all. You know, the whole thing that happened in the world that, put a, stop on everything for a few months really messed up a lot of collectors and a lot of people, international. So, yeah, we had to wait a little longer, or at least I did. A couple other people, they were able to get their figures a lot sooner than I was, which it's fine. Worth is the work. The wait is worth it, and awesome figure. Highly recommend. Anywhere you can get it, whether Flossie still has it, whether Vampire Robots has it, whether Hobby Search still has it, whether Awesome Collector does, go to those spots. Those are the people that I go to when I want to get stuff. And that there is the show. Hope you all enjoyed. This is Gojo851 saying good night. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all with the next video. What will that be? I have no idea. Let's just see where we go.